Terraria Endgame ranged gear is very good, supplying with high damage and decent defense too, giving you the perfect balance. The best ranged armour in Terraria is the Vortex Armor. It is crafted with a total of 45 Vortex fragments and 36 Luminite bars, which are dropped by the Moonlord. This amazing range set supplies you with 62 defense, 36% extra range damage, 27% higher critical strike chance, 25% extra chance not to consume ammo, and finally 10% increased movement speed, which helps when dodging enemy attacks. Along with the great perks this armor set gives you, it looks great too. The Vortex Armor also gives you the ability to enter stealth mode by double tapping the down key. In this sneaky mode, enemies will be less likely to target you, and you get a huge 80% increased range damage and 20% increased critical hit chance. One downside to stealth mode is that your player moves very slowly. Stealth mode is great when you have friends about to help you absorb damage whilst you decimate your enemies. Some of the best ranged weapons in Terraria include the SDMG, the Phantasm and the Vortex Beater. Some other weapons you may want to consider using include the Tsunami, the Coin Gun and the Celebration. Pairing these weapons with the correct ammo type can lead to your foes taking huge amounts of damage. The SDMG is dropped by the Moonlord with an 11% chance. It stands for Space Dolphin Machine Gun and is probably the best gun in the entire game. It has an amazing rate of fire and a base damage of 77. When paired with Luminite or Crystal bullets, this weapon is capable of dealing around 15,000 damage per second, especially as Luminite bullets can pierce multiple enemies at once. This gun has a 50% chance not to consume ammo, and the best modifier for the SDMG is Unreal. The Phantasm is a bow, and is crafted with 18 Vortex fragments, and is the counterpart to the Vortex Beater. This bow has a base damage of 50, and shoots 4 arrows at once, and slowly increases its fire rate over time. It has a 66% chance not to consume ammo, and shoots magical arrows along with the arrows you shoot, which deal great amounts of damage. Paired with Luminite arrows, this weapon is the absolute top for damage per second when used on multiple enemies at once. This is because directly after you shoot, lasers are fired along with magic arrows. This weapon will certainly kill almost anything in just a few seconds. The best modifier for this weapon is Unreal. The Vortex Beater fires an inaccurate barrage of bullets along with homing explosives. It's crafted with 18 Vortex fragments, has a base damage of 50 and a 66% chance not to consume ammo. This weapon is best used with chlorophyte bullets, which lock onto enemies because of its inaccuracy. The Vortex Beater is great to use in your first fight against the Moonlord. This is because it has quite a high damage per second and is one of the best pre-Moonlord weapons. The best modifier for this gun is Unreal. So now we're moving on to some of the optional weapons. The Tsunami is a good weapon and is dropped by Duke Fishron, but it's superseded by the Phantasm, so that's why it's on the optional list. The Coin Gun is a rare drop from the Pirate Invasion. It shoots coins, and the more valuable the coin, the more damage it will deal. Now, let's move on to the accessories which are best to use with this set. The Vortex Booster, which acts like wings and allows flight horizontally. It also matches the Vortex Armor. The Ankh Shield, which makes you take no knockback and negates most debuffs. The Sniper Scope is a good accessory to use, as it increases range damage and critical hit chance by 10%. It also allows the player to extend their field of view when using a gun. Just hold down the right mouse button. The Destroyer's Emblem supplies you with 10% increased damage and 8% increased critical hit chance. I also pair this with the Ranger Emblem, as it increases range damage output by 15%. I sometimes use the Magic Quiver when using bows and the Celestial Shell, as these accessories can help from time to time. So that's it for today's video. Please remember to like and subscribe, but also don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss a future upload. I really hope today's video helped you out, and I'll see you in the next one.